Greetings, everybody. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to episode 28 of Oxygen Not Included Badlands, which originally streamed live on Twitch. And it seems, how is my... Oh yeah, my natural... I have plenty of natural gas supply to keep running purely off of natural gas for a bit longer. So that's no problem. Yes, because food is short. I'm going to force sweep it so that we don't waste any. It's pretty dumb that they haven't swept it yet. Put it away, put it away, put it away, put it away now. And sweet leaf grain I'm going to allow into the fridge. There we go. Hey, nah, how you doing? I could even make a second nat gas plant. I could. Or I could extend this nat gas plant over to the right. If you take a look at the room overlay, this is only 58 out of the 96 tiles. So obviously it could grow if it needs to. The thing is, these natural gas, they do go dormant, right? So you have to plan on their dormancy cycles as well. So you don't necessarily want to hedge all of your power generation on one resource that can go dormant, because, you know, then you'll find yourself in a scenario where it's like, oh, okay, it's dormant, I ran out of natural gas, I'm done. And that's a really bad situation to be in. I have been there, I have done that. Avoid it. Alright, we're almost ready to move over to the nat gas entirely. We have just a few more cables to make, and then we're done. This stuff's already powered off, so you know what? Power. Get rid of it. We don't need it anymore. Break it all down. Should I move the coal plant next? Yes or no? Should this be my next goal? Or should it be something else? So I think we are waiting for this, and it's unreachable, so I just need to dig there. Oh, I don't like digging that, though, because, yeah, let me just break this, then. Because this is part of the natural part. I could dig it, it wouldn't be a problem, but I just don't want to, for the aesthetics. So you're saying, potentially here, I'll put 2.5 minutes on that. If not, moving the coal next, you all can vote on what you want to do next, but I need suggestions from you all, because my suggestion box is rather empty. Okay, so this here... This should be the same network, right? Yeah, I don't need a bridge here. In fact, most of this duplication messiness is not necessary. So we'll fix this up. But I'm just about ready and done. Why is this not connected? Oh, yeah, no, it's actually not connected. I got it. So it's going to run... Let's decide to run where the ladder is, I guess. Like that. What's next? Research? Yeah, I don't really actually have any research that I need to do right now. If we take a look at the research tree, most of what I need is done. I have some high medicine notification systems not done, surfboard, and monument stuff. But almost everything else is done. The reason why I wasn't doing the research is just so that our researcher could work on other projects. But, whatever. I could start to redo the research if I needed to. So there it is. We have fully moved away from coal. We've divested in coal entirely. And I'm going to break down these batteries and coal storage. Because we're not using coal anymore. At least not right now. So if I don't move the coal, there is a bit of a concern. The concern would be, what if the natural gas dries out, power turns off everywhere in the base? That's not so good. But that also is a problem for another time if for right now I'm fine, right? So, I don't know, it's always up to you. It looks like I should not move the coal plant next. Should I set up a farm for food? Do you think that's next project? And if not, then I'll go to viewer submitted ideas. So if I did a farm, I would probably do a bristle water farm, or a bristle blossom farm, using water, because oddly enough, I have a lot of sources of water. And that's what I would do to keep myself fed, moving away from the mealwood, because that runs on dirt that I have a very finite supply of. Oh, hey, new hatch eggs. That's good. So the problem is, without dirt, I stopped making plastic, because the mealwood here relies upon dirt as well. I think I'm gonna just make this look aesthetically cleaner. That just looks a lot nicer. And it also brings this, what was just north of 2 kilowatts, below 2 kilowatts, so it can't possibly brown out. And then this other wire is still below 2 kilowatts. So it does make the refrigerator run on a different network, but it's fine. Yeah, lovely. Lovely. I like it. Alright, if you, I might as well just get all the research, right? So, let's go for monument stuff now. Yeah, the reason why I'm not using spaced out is I just don't care for it. It's a personal preference. So, if I am going to blossom farm, let me update the priority. Blossom farm. Blossoms require light, so I'm going to need ceiling lights. And if we take a look at how far the ceiling lights emit light, their ideal depth, or height, rather. Here, let me find a place where I can see this best. So if we build it, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiles down. That's a high ceiling. It also require the farm to be pyramid shaped. Is this the best place for a farm? Why not? So let's get one of those megalights out. I don't need to worry too much about wattage for a light. I'll put one here. And power this up on this 1890 network. What are the wind conditions? So, Microprime, there are 2 win conditions, or like several, yeah, more or less 2 win conditions. One is that you build the monument, and the other is that you blast to the furthest spot in space. But it's also one of these kind of games where, like, you don't need a win. You know, doesn't really matter if you win or not. So, it's sort of like just play and learn it, you know. Much the way that you can play Minecraft and not try to win Minecraft. There's plenty of fun just playing around, right? You can think of it the same way. So farms can't be infinitely large. So I'm gonna have to do like an inverse, or a roof pyramid thing here, so that this farm doesn't exceed its maximum size. And that is my current project. I also want to keep a very close eye on my net gas supply. I could have these throw warnings, I suppose, but it's still erupting. Next dormancy in 21 seconds. Oh boy, spicy. Okay. I literally watch as it's going dormant. Well, if I have to throw together coal, it's not that hard to put a few coal generators down. It is not nearly as complex as the natural gas, because all I need to do is put a few coal jennies here with a supply of coal, wall it off with a power generator, and done. That's it. Alright, so there's the light. Is there... Alright, let's destroy buildings here. And then we go to the light overlay, and you can kind of see that if I go to food, hydroponic farms will be placed here. So it's a significantly different shaped room. And I'll probably be moving a lot of this stuff around. So, light overlay again. Well, I'll see how much shrink I need to do. Maybe I don't really need to worry about it so much. But obviously you don't want this to exceed max size. I'll just be able to put a pneumatic door on the other side. I think this isn't too big, but if it is too big, I could start to shrink it down a little bit. There's also some crazy plumbing going around that I may need to move. It's actually kind of nice, because this water here is exactly what I need to feed into this farm tile, so, you know, that works out. And at this moment, I don't have a crop tending station, so let me add room for that. I think this is going to be too big. Just, like, quick glance, it looks massive. But we can fix it. Hey, Chrome! Chrome Jr., thank you for the resub. Welcome to the stream. How many duplicates do I have? It's up in the top left. It's 6. If you can read that. I know it's small. Alright. I am going to break this here, so that this pipe starts to drain of water so I can reroute it. So what is the size? It is 90 tiles. Greenhouse is a max of 96. Oh, it's perfect. I mean, it's a little ugly, but it's the correct size. So I'm just going to fix the ceiling a little bit. And put in a crop tending station. Farm station. I guess I could use copper. Stick that there. And then this plumbing will eventually be put back, but I'm going to reroute it so it's not, like, floating where we put the plants, because that's annoying. This is also annoying. There's a lot of unfortunate plumbing that I have to move around. I'm actually going to move around the other plumbing first, because it's going to be faster. What material was that? I don't want to rebuild this. So this is sandstone. Heh! Back when I used sandstone. Remember those days? I barely do. Alright, so there's the blossoms. Now this is going to use up a lot of water, so it means what I need to do is start to prioritize the projects for other water usage. Because as this uses up water, I need to replace it somehow. But there we go. Still working on it. It's not quite done. Okay, I really don't want to have to do pipe emptying. So I'm just going to wait for this water to be used up. Man, could people flush more toilets or something? Use up some water, guys. Oh, you know what uses water? Well, the water cooler that gets pumped from the pitcher pump, so that doesn't help. Alright, for the interest of time, I am going to pipe empty. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. But I'm going to do it, just to finish the project faster. Research is complete for new media. So we're going to do environmental application, and then we'll head to the monument. Hey, Torvasker, thanks for the resub. You especially like Project Zomboid and RimWorld? Well, you're not in luck today, but I'll be RimWorlding again soon, on Sunday. Alright, that's probably enough. And I'm rerouting this plumbing here so it's not so hideous. I'm gonna run it like that. And pave it accordingly. And then now that that's done, snip the plumbing. It does let some water go, but I'll mop it up. Oh man, that was a lot of water. That was a lot of water. Well, it's eventually funneling, well, I don't know. It's kind of annoying. Should have been more careful about that, but whatever. New printable. Earth, I guess. You know, that ice is still sitting there, and it's gonna melt and become a big mess. So let's allow us to put the ice over here. So you can see how it's being rerouted, so it's not in the way, it's not so ugly. Speaking of ugly, what is this even hanging on? Officially nothing. I'm gonna try to pretty up this area a little bit. And here's the moppers mopping. There's kind of water everywhere. It's all fresh water, not germy fresh water. And we're using it for research, so it's it's not that much of a problem. I guess this ladder is unnecessary if we have a ladder next to it. There we go. It is almost ready for the game time of plumbing. There's a little bit more work to be done. One might argue that the plumbing would be better if it was embedded in the ladder, and I would agree with you. So doing some sort of aesthetic projects here as well. Plumbing is ugly, so the more that you can hide the plumbing, the better. Because nobody likes to see it. Speaking of which, this plumbing bridge makes no sense. It's bridged for no reason now, so we'll reroute that as well. That's the... Yeah, that's the waste line, the dump line. And this is just about ready to connect. And we'll feed water to the bristle blossoms, and now the bristle blossoms can grow. And then the farm station will set to 7 so that we can tend the crops for a little bit extra growth speed. And fix the sort of ugly plumbing here. Cool. So here is the farm station crop tending that Glitch is doing using... So this farm station takes fertilizer and allows you to fertilize the plants for sped up growth. Which maybe I only really do when I have food shortages, so I'm going to disable this building for now, so that Glitch doesn't use his manual labor for a project that isn't all that necessary. Passive growth speed is fine in most cases. And there it is, a 91 tile farm. And obviously I can, you know, if I wanted to, I could put another farm here, right below it, and move this stuff. If we find ourselves in need of more bristle blossom growing. So, while I tidy this up, suggest goals. The suggestion box is open, and you're welcome to just propose projects for me. While I complete the rest of this project. What's the dupe's regular calorie intake? Depends on the dupe. Depends on their traits and all that, but not that much. So if you take a look here at calories, a duplicate typically is 1,000 kilocalories per cycle, unless they have traits that change that. I usually avoid the dupes that eat a lot for that reason, because they're a little bit harder to accommodate their extreme diets. Come on, use that last little drop of water. Please. Please. There we go. So now we have water flow again. And that will keep the plumbing running. Sinks, toilets, showers, etc. Alright. I think the plumbing's all set. Something else I'm going to do is sweep up the base, because dirty base is ugly and an ugly base is sad. That's kind of an oversimplification, but it is true. Because there's definitely some garbage around that we could sweep up without much effort. Another place that I could put ice is here. So let me do that instead of out here. This one's fine, so I'm not going to move the ice from this spot. It looks like we're already storing it. It'll turn to water, it doesn't matter. How is the decor in this spot? Yeah, now it's very pretty when we're working here. For all those statues. The higher decor value that you have, the way it works is the duplicants average out the decor that they experience throughout the day. So the prettier you make it around the base, the happier your duplicants will be at the end of the day. So things like potted plants and the like, and statues. Statues are really, really cheap to do. Because it's just some stone and carving, no problem. Helps to keep them smiling. So, highly trafficked areas, definitely where you should invest your decor. Where your duplicants spend their most time is where you can get the most benefit from art. Is there plastic infrastructure? I mean, yeah, sort of. There is for shearing Drecos. It's slow, but it doesn't require too much labor. It's pretty labor-free, which is a benefit. Oh man, there's so much litter and debris everywhere. A tidy-up project, definitely nice to do. At this point, I'm actually going to dig up the rest of the millwood I have. So that the dirt can be used as fertilizer for the Drecos, the Glossies, and not for meals. How's the temperature? Alright, this thing should probably go. It's getting a little too cold there. There was a bit of a heat here, probably due to the rock crusher, so wouldn't be a terrible idea to add. Nice. How's my natural gas? So it's dwindling is a strong term, but it's going down. This used to be 5K, now it's 3.8K, and it's going to go lower and lower and lower until it runs out. But the tanks in the room are also holding tanks, so you know there's no immediate danger of running out of natural gas. What are we doing over here? What the heck? Oh, you're picking up ice from over there for the bins. So let me lower the priority of the bins because they're doing some weird things. So I'll put this to 6 and this to 6. Is there enough plastic for tubing? I've been using a lot of plastic for like ladders and stuff. So if I was more conservative with my plastic and not throwing them kind of everywhere, yeah, I would have enough for transport tubing. Because I'm not, I don't really have a space dock yet. And also because my random starting location is so close to space. You know, I'm only one quick ladder climb away from the edge of space. The transport pods, that's RimWorld, but they're really not that necessary in this instance, I think. So I'm just going to continue to do a little bit of tidying up. I haven't really had a lot of you submit suggestions for me, which is fine. All that I have right now is the expanded water tank for holding more water and then automated cleaning of the water to stick automation in here so that it does it without input. Heat overlay on the oil geyser? Sure. I mean, it's not generating heat. The thing is, this biome that I had here was about this temperature. So I've actually cooled this biome down more than ambient. That Dodo just suggested air conditioning using Wheezies. I was about to actually mention that, is now that the core of my base is pretty chilled, using Wheezeworts to generate air conditioning is a reasonable thing for me to do. I'm going to also cool off where the coal generation was, because it produced a lot of heat, and I should delete that heat. So all those have been dug up. Good. Good, good, good. Blueprint. Farming ranch can cook. Sounds like another glitch. Don't need two of them. You, just a builder, just a tidier, or coal. I guess coal? At this point, I would be comfortable adding in some additional dupes if they were right. If the shoe fits. Will I be trying spaced out? Probably not, no. Well, definitely not unless it's suggested, but also because I don't like it. I didn't like it when I baited it. It's very likely something that I would veto. If you're wondering, my series are actually determined by you guys through polling. So I'm playing this because it won the poll. But here you go. Here is the official how my series are determined. If you want to give that a whirl of a read. So my fertilization is 0. I have no more dirt. So I have no idea what these dudes are going to eat until I get some more dirt. So hold on. Cultivatable soil. I'm going to need some dirt right now. These farm tiles I could dig up for dirt. And replace them with just flooring. Actually, this whole room is defunct and can get broken down. Taking a look at the decor of this area. Yeah, it's getting prettier. There's obviously some red spots. Hard to avoid, but it's on the up and up. Oh, nice. You're stuck. We'll get him out of here in just no time at all. Sorry. So now this hatch ranch is still a hatch ranch, and I got 700 kilograms of dirt from removing those farm tiles that we can use as fertilizer. I don't really need to track my igneous rock. My rust is rather low as well. But there's so much rust, it would be very, very easy for me to grab some. Just one of those periodic, like, hey, make sure I have enough rust for oxygen. So, the next project that we're going to work on. Alrighty, there you go. 2.5 minutes. Get you voted on that. Polls over there. So, number 1, expand water storage and automate filtration. So I don't have to automatically flip these signal switches to do that. And monuments is underway. Number 2, set up air conditioning and heat treatment area for the Weezeworts. So what that would entail is setting up a hydrogen room, having the Weezeworts chill that hydrogen to a very, very cold temperature, and then use that cold there as a way to remove heat from gases, liquids, solids. Probably not solids, but gases and liquids. Prep for space exploration would be to set up like a suit dock and start to chip away at getting up into space, or build backup coal generation, which seems like it has been continually a very unpopular choice, but one that I might need in the long run. Whether it's voted on or not, we'll see. Natural gas is down to 3.8, and it's active in the next 56 cycles, so it's a while. One thing that I did leave off, I guess, was just to regular old exploration. That's the thing that you can never go wrong, just doing some basic exploration. Right now I'm using natural gas, so even if you're climate change activists and you don't want me to use coal, I'm burning natural gas and it's burning dirty, so yeah. I could try to set up solar. Solar is actually kind of hard to do because you need a ton of raw resources in this game to actually have solar that like is functional. But it's a pretty good goal because once you get solar panels and if you protect them, you get to a point where it generates power with no input, more or less, because it's hard to secure because space is a very violent area that gets slammed by rocks constantly. And solar panels get destroyed very, very, very quickly. And they also overheat, which is kind of annoying. So here we go. Blossom seeds. We're starting to get blossom seeds. So in this refrigerator, I'm going to put bristle berries, and then we are going to do gristle berries, which is a poor food quality, but that's still up from pickled meals, which is grizzly. So, you know, we're jumping up a bit, which is nice. And I'm actually going to stop the frost buns, because the issue with frost buns is when Glitch cooks frost buns, he's going to run all the way out to the cold biome to grab sleet wheat, so that his cooking efficiency is really ruined when you try to make frost buns, unless you set it up so that the cook isn't allowed through suit dock areas or whatever. It looks like you guys want prep for space exploration. Got it. Prep for space. So, things that I need to do is to set up a suit dock area. And one of the things that I could do is to use these suits here, and to stick everything above here on the suit dock, or something like that. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing. So I'm going to delete these suit docks. I'm going to leave the checkpoint so we don't go through there, but I'm going to delete these suit docks and work it into the next setup. Yeah, so here this would be a perfect spot to put a dock. And I'll have it feed back and over to this area here, eventually. All right, thanks for your suggestions. Thanks for your votes. Let's get that underway. So we do have a little bit more art in here. Yeah, there's little pockets of green. I mean, it's not pretty yet. I could definitely fix that. And I think I'm going to plan on that. I'm going to go overkill. Oops. So other things I'm going to need to do is to run power off of this trunk to power up the suit dock. So I'm going to need 2 more power transformers. I will put them here and here. With the signal switch. Is that still unreachable? Oh, because I need to dig that. Got it. X-Squad, thanks for the resub. I could do a lock door here. Manual airlock like that. So I can remove the checkpoint. The checkpoint just stops them from going through. There's no reason that they would even go in here anyway. There's nothing... There's functionally no resources or any... And, you know, and the dupes aren't going to wander. They don't do that. So I'm not worried about them traveling through there, but I could throw a manual airlock in there anyway. So at this point, what we're going to want is suit docks. And then, like these, whole bunch of suit docks. Let's do 8, so that there's room for expansion for when we have a greater population. And then the checkpoint. I'll probably actually space these out a little bit. And try to make it look nice, because this is likely an area that we spend a lot of time in. So I'll dress it up a little bit. And then an Atmo suit checkpoint here. I'll space these out. No, they have to be in a row. So move 1 like that. So the idea is I'm just trying to make it look nice because we'll spend a lot of time here. So have 2 pieces art on either side, and I'm going to do insulated tile up here to this point, plastic tile for speed of movement through it, and then this will be a liquid lock here, and then space. The pressure difference doesn't remove the water? Well, water can't move from air pressure. That's not a game mechanic that Oni has. You could have 20 kilograms per square meter of air. Oh, perfect. That's what I needed. You could have 20 kilograms of air per square meter pushing on, like, just a few grams of water, and it wouldn't move it. Because it can't. It's not allowed to. Alright, this is kind of more important. Let's try to get this sooner than later. So then this trunk connects. The other thing that we might want to do is to run this heavy watt cable up to space if we're ever going to do solar. But that's like, I mean, that's a project that won't matter for a long time. So there's no urgency. I may actually change the design a little bit. Yeah, I think I will. So what I'm going to do instead, let's cancel this, is to run, knowing that eventually we'll likely want solar, is to run a heavy watt up here so that it gets up to the space dock. And stick conductor bridges in there so I can run the heavy watt cable through it. And yeah, it's getting very pretty around here. Because this is going to be a very commonly traversed thoroughfare. It doesn't take too much to stick some art. I think it's close enough to the base that a transport tube is not needed. And I am going to not build the dock, because that will stop us from walking through. So in this case, I will put power transformers here and here, and this will be the suit dock space area. And I'm just going to remove this old cable because I don't want it. And this cable as well. I'll embed it in the ladder instead. Huh. Oh, my oxygen just filled up. Hey! We have true vacuum! No, we don't. Like 5 micrograms. We go to gas. It's mostly vacuum, but some of this fluid oxygen is just stuck. I thought it was true vacuum, but I lied. It's close-ish, though. I'm destructing part of the cable in the ladder. I'll rebuild it. It's also, I wanted a different kind of cable. But I think you meant right there. Not that big of a deal. So then the conductive cable comes down. And powers that up. So now we just need the heavy watt line here built. And these bridges. When they get around to it. I can raise the priority up, though. I don't think I need these cables, though. Let's go to power. Yeah, I don't need these cables. How many reeds do I have? 10 units. So I will have one empty suit dock. Then we're going to want a gas bridge there, so I can actually oxygenate the suit docks, and yeah. A little liquid lock here. I wish I had visco gel, but I don't. So I'm going to make plastic liquid locks to speed it up a bit. Trying to get every last ounce of movement speed. Never use a joint plate for heat? Yeah, it's... You'll cook yourself. This stuff hasn't been on in ages, so it doesn't really matter when I move the conductive wire, so I'll just do this now. You could melt plastic into naphtha, yes. This area here is not subject to get hot, but using plastic up in space, which can see very hot temperatures, would indeed melt plastic if you're not careful. So the plastic melting temperature is here. You can, in its properties, you can see its melting point is about 160 C. And some of this space, yeah, like, it's not quite 160 C, but as it takes hits from the rocks that are colliding, it will get up that high. So this is nearly 160 C here. Yeah, here is 167 C. So this would melt plastic. But plastic down here, yeah, no problem at all. No problem at all. Thank you for tuning in to Oxygen Not Included Badlands, which originally streamed live on Twitch March 24th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. But please keep in mind that this is a casual series, so I'm not really all that interested about gameplay mechanic suggestions. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams, and Discord, the link can be found in the description, has some events, which will give you notifications about upcoming streams. And of course, episodes released on YouTube. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel. I'll catch you next episode. Farewell.